Here.
Board Vice President, Mr. Thomas.
Here.
Board Member, Mrs. Solis. Board Member, Mr. Johnson.
Here.
Board Member, Mr. Daly.
Here.
Superintendent, Mr. Knudsen.
Here.
Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda of the Thursday, December 17th, 2020 work study session special board meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is made by Mr. Johnson, second by Mr. Thomas. Is there any discussion? Please vote. Motion carries. Oh, please stand for the pledge. My bad. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, are there any calls to the public?
No, Madam President.
Okay, items for which a special board, I am having a hard time tonight. A special board meeting was called for the school metric instructional model proposal. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the proposed school-level metrics plan for determining a shift to hybrid learning. When active cases are at or above 1% for high school, 1.5% for K-8, as well as a shift to online learning when active cases are at or above 2% for high school, 3% for K-8.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Mr. Thomas, second by Mr. Daly. Is there any discussion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, go ahead. We'll start down and we'll work our way. Go ahead, Mr. Daly.
I had some major dental surgery on Tuesday, so I've been basically home watching TV ad nauseum on COVID and all the vaccines that are coming out, and everything that they're saying on the news, from Dr. Christ all the way down to all of the public service or public health, is that kids are better or safer in school right now than they are at home. And I don't see a reason why right now that we shouldn't adopt what you guys have brought forth. The numbers, I think, are good, and if we see something major that's happening, after the holidays, at that point we can reconvene and do something different. But right now, I think this is a good model, and thank you very much for putting this together.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the administration and everybody that worked hard on this. We the board and the administration, I believe, has been trying to take a holistic approach rather than the simplistic approach of one size fits all. What's good for Morenci isn't good for Manhattan or Dudleyville and Detroit. Well, even within the county, just because the county as a whole is at a certain level, there are entities, i.e. schools within the county, that we need to look at individually. And I wholeheartedly support that we do that. I believe it's the best way. There's no one who advocates that distance learning or even hybrid learning is what's best for kids. There are online K-12 models, and some parents have taken advantage of that historically, and that's fine. But for the bulk of the kids, for the majority of the parents, it is not the best way to go. In-school learning, in my opinion, is the best way to go. And stopping short of that just because of some number that has no meaning, particularly to our situation, is wrong. Looking back over the past 10 months, the initial shutdown just kind of took everybody by surprise. The whole country shut down, and then fits and starts the country and the states and the counties try to get back to normal. There was a division between essential and non-essential, and both services and workers. And I'll tell you, for the life of me, I still have not figured out why teachers aren't considered an essential worker or an essential service. What is more essential? Well, it's among the many things that are essential, for the livelihood and the mental health and the advancement of our country. It's pure and simple as that. But obstructionist elements within their organizations throughout the country, especially in the large cities, but even here in Arizona, are disruptive to school systems, including our own, and it's not in the best interest of them or the kids. You know, I just am grateful the NEA doesn't support the workers at Walmart or Safeway. Otherwise, we'd be out in the desert grilling Nepalese on mesquite fires or something. So I'm done.
What I'd like to say is, originally we had gone into the fact that we were going to open and we were going to follow what the county had given us for the results. We were going to follow what the state recommendations were. And the reason, I can't speak for the entire board, but I'll say the reason that I voted for that reason was because we did not know what was going to happen when we opened schools. We were shut down, it wasn't our choice, we're not healthcare professionals. Now, we have been in school, we have made it through, and we have seen what the results are of being in school. Are there cases? Absolutely. Did we know that from the beginning? Yes. We always knew there was going to be a case. There's no way to make it zero. I think that we have done a great job of keeping that percentage down, and that is the reason why I think that we should continue to do this plan and not go off of what the state recommendations were at that time. I also do believe that if the state was to go back, they might change up their kind of results too, because they have seen what the results are in the school and allow that to happen at each district depending on what is happening in their district. You know, many people say, well, you know, some people might not be reporting a COVID case. Absolutely, we can't control that. I can't control that people quarantine, I can't control that people stay at home. What we can do is hope that everyone does the best to mitigate themselves and to make sure that we are following the proper protocols. I know as a district, we are reporting it quicker to our employees than the actual state is doing. That is something that we have done to go above and beyond to make sure that our staff is safe, that our students are safe, and that's what we will continue to do. So again, it's really up to the community. The parents want the schools open. We have to do what we have to do in the community, make sure you stay home, and if you are sick, stay home also. But yeah, a lot of questions have come up as to why we're not following the state guidelines, so I felt that was very important to say that those results were based off of no criteria, no experience, and to see results that would happen. And now we have seen, and we are below these percentages, so I think giving the teachers a new target of, you know, not a target, I shouldn't say a target because you don't want to hit that target, but an overall general idea of what our plan is to move forward this is the best plan to move forward with. Do you have anything? No?
I was in a meeting with a number of Pinal County superintendents in the county health department, and the Moderna vaccine was approved, and that is the vaccine that will be given out in Pinal County. So best case scenario is the 4,000 hospital workers, frontline individuals will be given that vaccine starting on December 23rd. That's Group 1A. Group 1B is first responders and teachers. They will be given the vaccine right after that. So, you know, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that once we can get all of our teachers, the ones that want to take the vaccine, vaccinated, I think we'll be in a much better position as we move forward.
I will say too, I think the majority of our staff would like to be in school. I think they know that that is the best place for the kids, and they have seen moving forward. With giving options, we have allowed students to move to an online option if that's what's best for their families and that's what's best for that child. We've left that option open. We also had that option at the beginning of the year for the teachers. Did we reopen that for the next semester, or are we still just leaving it how they first signed up?
Well, the number of students that have decided to go back in person has caused, us to have to transfer teachers that are online that originally wanted to be in person. Mm-hmm. We've had to move some of those back as the kids have elected to go back in person.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what our numbers were moving forward. But I mean, even when we did do that, we had spots that didn't even get filled. Teachers didn't offer to go to online. They wanted to be in the classroom. We had to ask teachers to go to the online. I commend the district and the administration for all they have done to their efforts to make sure that we are mitigating this the best that we possibly can. And I hope coming into this new year, everybody does that. The new students coming in, you know, the first semester students did great, so I think the second semester will do just as well. So,
Thank you.
is there any other discussion? Dr. Lucky, did you have anything that you wanted to say in regards to the plan? Okay. Go ahead and vote. Okay, motion carries 4-0. Do I have a motion to adjourn? I'll second it. Motion's made by Mr. Thomas, second by myself. Is there any discussion? Please vote. Motion carries 4-0. Everybody have a great Christmas break. Stay safe and healthy.
Happy
Enjoy your
holidays.
time off.